Why, hello everybody. It's been a while since I've made some soap, but I'm gonna make some today. So I'm going to do the heat transfer method. So here are all of my solid oils and butters, and I've got my hot lye water here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pour that in. Okay. So I'm just gonna let that melt down on its own. So I know a lot of you say that anytime I make soap, you like to listen to like the birds and stuff, and you can really hear them outside. Unfortunately, today we're not gonna be able to hear them because it is pretty late. I'm guessing, I don't even know what time it is, but I would probably guess around 7 p.m. I wanted to make soap earlier, but I've been super busy. I don't know if you guys know, but I do also have a nail polish line. And so I make nail polish, custom polishes and stuff. If you want to look on Instagram, it's at nailedit_nail polish. And so I had a couple things launched today, so I spent the entire day making orders. And I was just so tired after. I finished at about 2. I was just so tired after, and I just needed a little bit of a break. So I'm here now making my soap at night. You'll notice it's probably a different setup because I have to change where I soap out of my office if I'm soaping at night, because the lighting in there is just absolutely terrible. It is so dark. But okay. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be making a Blackberry soap, and I know for a fact this is an accelerator, and it's a pretty bad accelerator. So I'm gonna do it in layers, and I haven't quite decided yet if I just want like layer colors or if I want to do like a little swirl in between each layer. I don't know. I have no idea. But anywho, while this is melting, I do have my liquid oils here, and I figure I'll show you guys exactly what I do, because a lot of my videos are super short, and like I try to keep them short as possible, but I've had a lot of people asking me like what stages I do what. So my lye water and my solid oils are here melting down. Right here are my liquids. This is kaolin and colloidal oatmeal, so I'm just gonna go ahead and add that in now. I prefer to add it to just my liquid oils before it's in the lye, because I don't like clumps. So I get the clumps out here before we add in the lye, so it doesn't accelerate trace, because like I said, I already know this is an accelerator. It's gonna accelerate real bad. So I'm just gonna mix this up. Okay, and so that's done already. We've almost got everything melted down at this point. There's just one more chunk I'm trying to wait for. Now you can stick blend it out, but I prefer to just let it melt on its own, because I don't want to take the chance that for one reason or another it doesn't melt down, and as a result won't saponify, and then my my lye amounts will be off. But so everything is now melted, and so I'm gonna go ahead and add in my liquid oils and kaolin clay and colloidal oatmeal that you guys just saw me mix up. Just gonna add that in. So I'm just gonna give this a quick mix with my spatula, and then I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with my stick blender. Okay, so right now we're at a super light trace. So get that out of the way. So what I'm gonna do now is split off into 4 containers. I'm gonna try to get equal-ish amounts if I can. Okay, so I've got my 4 containers. They're equal-ish. And so what I'm going to do is set off 3 of them to the side, because I'm only going to work with 1 at a time. Because like I said, this is an accelerator, and I know that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is first I'm going to start off with activated charcoal. Gonna put some in here because this activated charcoal is going to be my first layer. where that gets us. Okay, I think that's like perfect. It's pretty dark. So let me just make a mess, but first scrape down the edges just to make sure all of that got mixed in well. Okay. Okay, now the tricky part. We're gonna add 1/4 of the fragrance and then stick blend it real quick, because I know it's a fast mover. And you know, now that I've said that, it's probably gonna move pretty slow, but that's okay. And then mold in. So I'm just gonna pour this in. Okay, I believe it's already starting to set up. Yeah, it works that fast. Okay, and then I'm going to take this spoon here and then just make little indents, because I do not want a completely, I don't want like perfect layers. I do want a little bit of texturing. Okay, that should be good. Alrighty, so that is done. That is set up already. So we're gonna move on to the next layer. Next layer is gonna be blue. And you know what I want to do is I want to try and add, I've never done this before, but I want to try and add some Super Sparkles mica. I've never added it inside of cold process, so I don't really know if it gives an effect, but I just want to add a little bit, see if it does give it a little bit of a sparkle. Gonna mix this up. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go ahead and add in another 1/4 of the fragrance. Alright, so now we're gonna go to pouring. Go ahead and pour this one in now. Go back in with my measuring spoon. I don't recall whether or not I said what the fragrance was, and it is a blackberry fragrance. The name of the fragrance is actually Kick-Ass Blackberry. So we will see. I have used it once before and it does smell really nice. It's just, it accelerates so much. So I figured the only way to use it successfully would be to do layered like this, so that gives a little bit of a time for everything to set up. Alrighty, so now we're moving on. Next is a purple mica. Again, I'm gonna add in Super Sparkles. Hopefully we'll be able to see it. I'm probably being too optimistic about it, but you never know. Okay, so I don't know why I keep leaving the spatula in there. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and mix. Okay, I kind of think that is like beautiful and perfect all on its own. So I'm gonna go ahead and add in a little bit more fragrance. Okay, and then we're back to pour this purple on. Taking my measuring spoon thing again. The reason I like this one is because it's really like deep, so it does make an impression on here. So I'm just gonna go in. Last layer coming, guys. So I'm gonna start out with a little bit of Hollywood Pink from Nurture Soap. And this, if I recall correctly, it gets a little bit dark. So I have a little bit of neon pigment on the side to brighten it up if it needs to be brightened. Again, going in with the Super Sparkles mica. Just gonna give it a quick mix, see what color looks like. You know, I'm looking at the color of the purple and it actually kind of goes together pretty nicely. But I like super bright soaps, so I'm just gonna add a really, really little bit of this neon pigment just to give it a little bit more of a pop. Although I do feel like that probably would have been perfect, but I'm just stubborn like that. Just look at that. I think it still looks pretty. Alrighty, so the rest of the fragrance is going in. Just gonna give it a mix. Mold back. Just gonna pour on my last and final layer. And this loaf is not going to have glitter on it. I'm just gonna do a little texturing. It's not really set up quite yet, but I'm not gonna put any glitter on it because I kind of feel like it would look a little out of place on this soap just because it's like one color and I have not mastered the art of gracefully, evenly putting on glitter. I'm not ashamed to admit that. It usually comes out in like weird splotches all over the place. So I'm kind of just going in. I'm really not good at texturing, so if anyone has any tips and or tricks how to do it nicely and make it look awesome, it would be very appreciated because I am kind of terrible at it, but it is kind of fun, so I enjoy doing it. Alrighty guys, and we're in for the close-up. Notice you can see the Super Sparkles now, but we will see if we can still see it tomorrow once the soap is hardened up. Alrighty guys, see you then, bye. Well, hello everyone. I am back from the market and I'm going to be cutting this wonderfully delicious smelling blackberry soap. First thing, I'm just gonna cut off a little sliver. Oh boy, that looks adorable, and I think you can actually see the sparkles from the Super Sparkles mica. I don't know if I am picking it up on the camera, probably not, but you can definitely see it. I kind of wish that I put it in the black. Did I put it in the black? I don't believe so. So I kind of wish I put it in the black as well. Oh, that looks so fun. I guess there was a smidgen of blue that got left in this one, but I love it. Looks so cute. I love it so much. Alrighty guys, and here is the final soaps. I'm loving the way that they look, and I really like the way that the Super Sparkles mica shows. I'm trying to get you to be able to see it. There's a little bit of a glisten and I'm super excited about that. I feel like it opens up a whole lot of doors for this mica Before I would just sprinkle it on the top, but I'm thinking I might start adding it to the soaps. So if you guys have this mica, just be aware that you will be able to see it if you mix it in, which makes me super excited. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks guys, bye.